Alright, welcome to the video. So today I want to talk about Hook, who is a fire destruction character. Hook is able to do damage in multiple ways, such as damage over time with her burn, and AoE damage with her enhanced skill, as well as doing very high damage with her ultimate. So without further ado, let's get into it. Her ultimate deals damage to one single enemy, and after she uses her ultimate, her next skill will be enhanced, which gives her access to her AoE damage. She does have two versions of the skill. I'll start off with her quote-unquote normal skill. Her normal skill deals damage equal to her attack and has a 100% base chance to inflict burn. Alright, let's take a look at her enhanced skill. The way you get this skill is by using her ultimate. Her enhanced skill does more damage to the targeted enemy with the same chance to apply burn. The enhanced skill now has an additional effect where it does damage equal to a percentage of Hook's attack to enemies adjacent to the targeted enemy. So this is where her AoE capabilities comes into play. The burn she applies from her enhanced skill will do the same amount of damage as her normal skill. The talent is also very strong. When she's attacking an enemy who has burn on them, she will deal additional fire damage equal to a percentage of her attack and also regenerate 5 extra energy, and that energy is of course for her ultimate. Her technique is also very good. She does fire damage to one random enemy. She then also has a 100% base chance to inflict burn on every enemy for 3 turns. The burn she applies from her technique will deal 50% of Hook's attack. You definitely want to use a technique to apply burn for more damage with the damage over time, but also for her talent because she does do additional damage against enemies who have burn on them. I also just want to mention that the chance to apply burn in her technique is a base chance as well. For the Lightcones, I think that Wolf Walk Time is her best option because she's able to make use of the passive very easily. It increases the attack by 10% and also increases the damage dealt to enemies who is afflicted with burn or bleed by 16%, and this also applies to the damage over time, meaning that the burn will also do 16% more damage. I do want to say that you are able to buy the Lightcone in the shop right here. Some other great options are the moles welcome you. When Hook attacks the enemy with a basic attack skill or ultimate, she will gain a stack of Mischievous, and each stack of Mischievous will increase the attack by 12%. This doesn't stack infinitely, it stacks 3 times with the basic attack ones, the skill ones, and the ultimate ones. But usually you don't really use your basic attack that much on Hook, which might mean that you most of the time only will have 2 stacks, so just keep that in mind. Another great option is a Secret Vow, which I personally will use just because I have it built already. It increases the damage dealt by 20%, and if the enemy has more HP percentage than Hook, then she will deal 20% more damage. Most of the time you probably won't get this part of the passive, but the 20% damage increase is already very strong. I don't recommend using any 3-star Lightcones, but if you really have to use one, then Collapsing Sky is pretty decent. If you have something irreplaceable, you can use that. It gives you a lot of stats from the base stats, but also from the passive. I do want to say that against harder bosses, it can be a bit tricky to trigger the conditional part of the passive, but if you're able to do it, then this is probably one of the strongest Lightcones on her. Then we have On the Fall of an Aeon. This is the one that you can buy in the Herta shop. I would say the stats alone is very good, but if you already have some other options, you can just use those instead and buy the other Lightcones in the Herta shop instead. I do want to say that if you already have a 4-star Lightcone build, you should just use that instead of building a new one, mainly because the resources in this game are very limited at the moment, so remember to use your resources carefully. Hook is a damage dealer, so you do want to level up all her traces. However, most of the time you won't be using her basic attack, and as I said before, the resources in this game are very limited at the moment, so you might not be able to level up all the traces at once. If you want a priority, then the skill should be your first priority, followed up by the ultimate and talent. Both of those are equally important. Her bonus abilities are very good. The first one you get is Innocence. When you trigger her talent, she will heal 5% of her max HP, which is very good for her survivability. This one is a bit questionable. You get increased chance to resist crowd control debuffs by 35%. This can make it harder for her to get frozen, which is very good. Her third bonus ability is Playing with Fire. When you use her ultimate, she will advance her action by 20% and then regenerate 5 energy. I know a lot of people don't have Ting Yun yet, so this can help you recycle your ultimate a bit faster. Now for the relics. Her best option is Firesmith of Lava Forging. The 2-piece bonus increases the fire damage by 20%, and the 4-piece set bonus increases the skill damage by 12%, and after you use your ultimate, your next attack will do 12% more fire damage. This will also help out her AoE capabilities, because you will usually use your skill after your ultimate, and the skill is of course AoE damage when enhanced. If you don't have access to the lava forging set, I'll then recommend using the Musketeer of the Wild Weed. The main stat on the body piece should be crit rate or crit damage, depending on what you need. On the boots, the main stat should be speed or attack. I would recommend speed, and here's why. Attack will of course help out the damage from your abilities, but also the damage from the burn that Hook applies. However, speed can also help you do more damage by letting you attack before your enemy. If you're able to attack before your enemy and apply burn, the enemy will then take burn damage when it's their turn to attack. If you have a lot of speed on your substats, then you can go attack and vice versa. For the ornaments, I would recommend Inner Solo for the crit rate, but also for the ultimate damage increase. You can go Celestial Differentiator for the crit damage if you need it. However, I do feel like the Inner Solo is more consistent, while the Celestial Differentiator is able to give you a very strong start. For the main stats on the ornaments, it should be fire damage for the spear and attack for the link rope. Her Eidolons are very strong. Her E1 makes her enhanced skill do 20% more damage. Her E2 extends the duration of the burn caused by her skill by 1 turn. Her E3 levels up her skill 2 times and basic attack 1 time. Her E4 is very good against multiple enemies. Whenever you trigger your talent, there's a 100% base chance to burn the adjacent enemies. Her E5 levels up her ultimate 2 times and her talent 2 times. And her E6 makes her deal 20% more damage to enemies who have burn on them. This is of course very strong for more damage. So for the teams, in my opinion, I think Asta is very strong with Hook because she's able to increase the speed for all allies, increase the fire damage for all allies, and give an attack boost to all allies. The fire damage bonus of course is very good for Hook. The attack boost is also very good. And as I said before, speed can allow you to attack before your enemies, which means that you can apply burn on them before they can attack, so that they will take burn damage when it's their turn to attack. The fourth option can be a shielder, or it can be a nihility character. The shielder can of course be Fire MC, but you do need to keep in mind that you now have 3 fire characters on the same team. Sampo is able to increase the damage taken from the burn and his own wind shear, which is very strong, and Pela is able to decrease the enemy's defense, meaning that you can do more damage. I do want to say that you are able to mix and match the 2 last slots, meaning that you can go a nihility and a shielder, you can go a harmony and a shielder, or you can go a harmony and a nihility character. So it's entirely up to you whether you want to go more defensively or offensively. Overall, I think Hook is a very great character. If you need someone that can do a lot of fire damage, then Hook is definitely a great option. But that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If I missed something or you disagree with something, feel free to leave a comment. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.